In this lecture, we will allow player to choose from different tracks. Currently, player can play with only one track, but I have downloaded two free tracks from Asset Store and now I will use them in our game. These are the free tracks I have downloaded and these are available for free. This is called Environmental Racetrack Pack. In this lecture, we will allow player to choose different tracks. Currently, player can play with downloaded tracks, but I have downloaded and two free tracks from Asset Track. One is now I will use them in our game. Mountains track. These are the free tracks I have downloaded and these are all tracks for free. And then this track 2 is called Environmental Racetrack Pack and this is the mountains I will racetrack show you now. I have downloaded this in my assets and this is our track 2. My track 1 is this mountains racetrack. Mountains track and the other one is this is our old track and then environmental racetrack pack. I have downloaded this in my assets and I have set these tracks. I have set waypoints for these tracks. I will show you and this is our track. This is the single process mountains racetrack and the other one is if I enable the mesh renders then you can see that these are all the waypoints environmental racetrack pack and I have downloaded these in my assets and I have checked for these tracks. I have set waypoints for these tracks. I will show you waypoints for this track. These are the checkpoints. This is the single process we did for underline checkpoint. Then you can see this. And if I enable the mesh renders, then you can see that these are all the waypoints I put. Now for other things, I copied from my old track and I set the positions of the car where the race from where the race will start. These are the checkpoints. So these are our cars. Enable this checkpoint, then you can see the AI cars. These are the checkpoints. Same thing I have done with this. Now for other things, same thing I have done. I copied from I have set waypoint old track and I set the positions of the car. Brought cars here. Cars where the race from where the race. Now we have to write some code to allow player to. So these are our cars. Choose this track and these are from the three cars. Same thing. I will go to my options scene. Same thing I have done with this track and I have set waypoints, checkpoints and I have brought cars here. In the UI we have images for now we have one extra code to allow player to which we will show and I will also bring the image from this image for the track 3. For this I will go to my options scene. I will go to this Unity project version. This is the project I have completed. In the UI we have images for this is track 1 and our final game which we will show and I will also bring the images from here. I will go to UI for this and we have images for track 1 and track 2 and I will bring the image for I will go to this Unity project version track 3 here. This is the project I have completed. I will click it. This is our final game with tracks will look and from here I will go to UI. Now this is the image and I have changed for track 1 and track 2 and UI and I will bring the image for the. Now I will track 3 here. Place these images inside the hierarchy here. I will click it and drag it inside it and I have already placed the images for track 1 and image and I will change it to I will place it to the image here. Now I will delete place the image I will inside the hierarchy here. This image and I will change the sprite. Now this image will look exactly. I have already placed the images for track 1 and track 2. We will not have to place the track 3 image here. And by default track 1 image is enabled and these images are disabled. I will delete this and actually I will now duplicate this image. Inside the scripts folder I have moved all my scripts inside the change scripts folder. And here I have created a script exactly named select track. I will open this script and I will copy, scale it, everything. And by default track everything is enabled and the next car and previous car from this script. Now I will copy inside the scripts folder. I have moved all my scripts inside the scripts folder. And here I have created a script. Now I will remove this select track. Inside code, I will open this script and I will copy everything. Not everything is two methods, next car and previous car. From this code, all the code only if else condition. Copy this and I will paste it here. Now I will rename this. Now I will remove this code inside code here and previous track. Now inside here I have declared static int index. So this code select all the code only if else and I have also declared track images array. Now this will be public. Now I will rename this so that we can assign next track and previous track. Wait for the script to compile. Now inside here I have declared static int index like our select car script and I have also declared track images array. Maybe I have opened now this will be public Unity so that we can assign the images, and I have attached my script. Wait for me close this to compile Unity window because my PC is becoming slow. I will close it and it is taking longer time than usual. Maybe I have attached the select track to an empty gamer.js instances and I will declare this site. I have attached my script. Now from here, from the hierarchy I will drag the images. Unity is track 1 because my PC is becoming slow. I will close it and track 3. Now these images will change by clicking this next and previous button. I have attached the select track to an empty gamer.js now and I will declare this. Go to your build settings because we have 3 tracks, and now from here, from the hierarchy I will drag the images. This is the track 1 scenes here. Track 2, we have the track 1 here, then we have options. Now these images will change. I have already added track next and previous. Now also add track 3 here. We will use this index 4 and 5 to load the scenes, and from the track 1 the index. Go to your build settings and now first we will write code to change the images when we press add your scenes here. We have the track 1 here, then we have option scene and then track 2. I have already added track 2. Now also add track 3 here. We will use this index 4 and 5 to load the scene, and from the track 1 the index is 2. And first we will write code to change this symbol when we press left or 2 images and only one image will be shown, and this will be, if the index is 2 then this will be track 2 image, and track 2 image will be added inside the array. And I will make it true. And first and the other click the button we will disable. Will be disabled. 2 images and I will copy one image here and paste it shown, and this will be, if index is 2 then this will be track 2 image. And now and here image will disable index 1 and I will make it true, and image for the third track will be enabled. And the other images will disable. Copy it here, now disable we will, and I will copy this first image here and paste disable others. Now copy and now this image will be disabled. This one needs not to be changed. And image for the third track. Now let's see if it is working. Now copy it here. Now we will enable the first image and disable others. Now if I click this next button, then the mountains track is being shown. And then this track is being shown. This one needs not to be changed. Now you can click the previous button and these images are being shown. Now let's see if it is working. And this code is working fine now. Now in the next lecture, currently if I press the OK button and go to play the game, then if only this next track, first track will be loaded. Track is now in the next lecture we will write the code so this track is being shown. Player can play with this selected track. Now you can click the previous button and these images are being shown. And this code is working fine now. Now in the next lecture, currently if we press the OK button and go to play the game, then only this mountains track, first track will be loaded. Now in the next lecture we will write the code so that player can play with this selected track. In this lecture we will allow player to play with this selected track. For this I will go to options, script, go to my script folder and I will open the options script. Now inside here I have written the code for setting the track. These are the static methods like others, and inside here I have declared a variable static int scene2, and this is the default scene which will be loaded, and the default scene loaded, this is the index for the scene. You can see in the build settings that our first playable scene, first track is at the index 2. So by default, if player does not click any of the button or does not choose any of the track, then the default value is seen at the index 2. Then I have written set track and get track method. In the set track, we will receive scene number and this scene will be loaded. This scene will be set to be loaded. And inside the get track, we return the current scene number which will be loaded. So we will use these methods inside the select track. When index is 2, then we will load the track 2, and track 2 is at index 4. So we will set our scene to be loaded number 4, index 4. So I will write here options.set scene, options.set track, and our track is at number 4, second track is at number 4. So I will write option.set track 4. Now here options.set track 5 because the third track will be loaded. Now I will paste it here, and this is the first track, and first track is at the index 2. Now again here options.set track 4. Now we have to go to our script, and that is the my scene manager script because that is where we load the scene. So inside here I have already written the method. We are checking the value from the get track method from the options script. If it is the scene 2, then we will load the scene 2. If it is scene 4, then we will load scene 4. And then the final condition, else if options.getTrack If it is be seen at the index 5, which is the third track, then we will load that scene. Scene manager dot load scenes file. Now player can play with the selected scene. And now we will test it. I will play the game. And I will mute the audio, and now I will select this mountains track and I will press OK. And you can see that this mountains track has been loaded. Now if I pause the game, now we don't have the button for the main menu here. We need a button for the main menu. So first I will go to my any scene, any track scene, track 1, track 2 or track 3, because we will add now main menu button to our pause screen. And I will locate my pause screen. This is the pause screen. I will enable it. And actually we have already main menu scene, main menu button here, but I will copy this pause screen here from here, and I will go to my track 2 and I will paste it here. I will delete this pause screen and paste it and make it child of the canvas. Now inside here we have to reassign the on-click listeners. For the resume, we are using the method from the UI script, and this is the resume game, and for main menu button we are using the my scene manager. And this is the load main menu. Now if I press the escape button, and this is not being shown for some reason. This is because inside the US script now we have to reassign this pause screen menu. Now if I press the escape button, I can go to main menu, but it is still not working for some reason. None of the button is working. And to check the reason, I will now I will see if the event is being called. We are calling this resume game method from the UI script, and I will load my UI script, and inside the resume game I will check if it is being called debug.log, and I will write here button clicked. And I will check the console, and there is no event being called for some reason, and maybe we are missing the event system. I will make a new event system and I will try it again, and now it is working. Now when you by default you create the canvas, an event system is by default created. Now if you accidentally delete this event system, then the button clicks or other events will not work. So if it is the case, then you can go to UI and create your event system. Now I will go to my project and I will go to options scene again. Now I will choose the mountains track and play the game. Now if I go to main menu and go to options scene, I will not go to option scene. If I go to option scene, you can see that if I click this button, then instead of mountains track, it will show this third track. This is because we have to reset the static variables. So inside the select track, I will write a method here, public static void reset index. And inside here I will reset the index to 1. Now inside the my scene manager, we are using the select card.reset index. Now we will write here select track dot reset index. Now it will reset the static variable. In this lecture, we will allow player to choose from number of labs. Now to make the space for the UI for the choosing number of labs, I have rescaled the image, this button and these number sprites. Now I will copy these numbers. I will duplicate these and I will name these numbers, and I can say this number of labs or simply number labs. Now I will move these numbers down and I will place them here. And I will use these buttons, these previous and next buttons, and I will duplicate them. Now I will change their Y position and I will place them here. And I will adjust their positions where it looks right. Now I will rename this previous button and I can say this previous labs button, or you can say a decrease labs button, and this can be said next lab buttons or increase labs buttons. And now I will make the script where we will choose the number of labs, and I will create a new C# script and I will name it choose labs. Now open this script, and this is our script choose labs. Now I will copy the code from the choose opponents, select opponents, and I will copy the increase opponents and decrease opponents method, and I will go to the choose track and I will paste it here. Now I will name it increase labs, and this will be decrease labs. Now we need here static int index and also these sprites. Now we will remove these options that set air car count. We will remove it later. First, we will see that if these numbers are changing. And I will choose the number laps. I will create an empty game object and I will name it select or choose laps and attach your choose laps script, and we are using 4 sprites and assign these number sprites here. Now select your buttons and inside here drag these choose laps and select this method decrease laps. Do the same with the next laps button. And here it is increase laps. Now let's see if it is changing, if the numbers are changing, and they disappeared for some reason. And let me see. This is the number 1, 2 and 3 and 4, and let me see what is happening. And we will enable this button. Actually, we will enable this button and we need to only disable their sprite renders. The buttons, not buttons, the numbers are enabled, but their sprite renders are disabled. So now it is working. We can increase and decrease the number of laps. Now inside the options, I will declare another static int laps, and by default it has value 1. And here I will declare set and get method public void set laps, and it will receive the number of laps as argument, and we will assign the number of laps to our laps variable, and this should be public static void. And inside here the public static and int get laps, and it will return our laps. And inside our choose laps, now we will replace these options that set AI car count to option dot set laps. And we don't need to change these numbers because we copy this code from the select opponents and it is working same like choose laps. If it is the index 2, then there are the 2 laps. If it is the index 3, then there are 3 laps. And in case of index 4, there are 4 laps. And similarly, we will change it here. Now we need to go to our race manager script where we are setting the number of laps to be played, and here we are declaring the hard-coded value for the max laps, and inside the star we will set our max laps to options dot get laps. Now our code is complete for choosing the number of laps. We can come here and choose the number of laps or choose our track, and this is the same problem here. I will select these numbers and I will enable these numbers and disable their sprites. We can choose the number of laps, choose the number of opponents and choose track and play with our selected car. Now we have chosen 4 number of laps, and now car will not stop after the first lap. Now we need to, like other variables, we need to reset the index for our laps, and I will declare a method here, or I will copy it from here. And I will go to select car scene and I will copy the reset index method here. And I will paste it here, and now I will go to scene manager and select choose laps dot reset index. Now whenever we reload the main menu, the number of laps will be set to 1 again. Now we will do this for the number of opponents, and we will reset the number of opponents to 1, back to 1. To actually change the number of opponents, we also need to, number of opponents or number of laps, we also need to change the options value. But we will not do it. We will reset the index only, so that when we come to our option scene, then now let me play the game. If we select this track, then from this track, instead of the third track, the second track is shown. If you want, you can also reset this value from the options list, but I will not do it, and I will only reset the index. Now I will go to scene manager and select opponents dot reset index. Now the code is complete for choosing the number of laps.